Hello, welcome back to How to RV. I am Jason, and today I want to talk about one of the first things I want to get installed on our RV when it comes to this whole lithium battery and solar setup and all that stuff. One of the key things that you got to think about if you're going to build a system out is to actually draw something out and have a plan on what you want to do with that system. And I think the next video would be a good one to bring all that up. I had a good opportunity to get one of the installs done today because of the weather, and I wanted to go ahead and get that done today, which is putting in the charger for the lithium battery. Now your RV may have come with a charger in it already built to be able to handle lithium and or lead acid battery, but mine did not. I'm a 2019, so 2022, 23, they may come with those chargers already, but mine did not. As you can see over here, our distribution panel has a charger built into it, but it only does lead acid battery, so I got to swap that out. Some of the pre-planning phases is to think about stuff like that. So in this case, I talked to Enduro Power when they sent me the battery to talk about how I was going to get it charged. And in our discussion, I went ahead and pulled up the serial number of the power panel and sent that over to them to see what I had inside. And what we found out is that mine does not charge lithium, it only does lead acid batteries. So both myself and the folks over at Enduro Power went online and tried to search to find what would be the best possible option, and we found one of these that will be a direct plug and play. Take out the one that's in there now that only does lead acid battery and put in one of these that will do both. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this thing, see if we can get them swapped out, and then we'll talk about why it's a good idea to have a charger that can not only do lead acid battery and lithium, but why is that a good idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this thing and get the charger swapped out, and then we're gonna talk about why I wanted to do that, what the model number of the charger is, and what you need to look for when you're going to look at your RV and see if you possibly need to do a swap also. All right, now there is one thing I forgot to mention, and it's very important here. Before I get into this panel, I need to make sure I disconnect the main power coming into the camper. The reason for that is because the main power feeds the charger to charge the battery, and I need to go disconnect the battery itself. So I need to get the red and the black wire off of the battery. That way I don't have any of the 12-volt side charged, nor do I have the shore power side charged. Now that I have the shore power unplugged and I got the battery disconnected, I can go ahead and start pulling this thing out so that I can get the charger out that's in it and replace it with the dual purpose charger that does the lithium and the lead acid battery. Now I highly recommend that if you're going to do this work yourself, make sure you know what you're doing. I don't really think that's something that you should do, but if you're going to do this, make sure you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you really need to contact an electrician or somebody that is qualified to do this or has a license. If you don't have the experience, then don't get into this because it can electrocute you or even kill you. So I'm sorry if I'm so direct, but it's very important around electricity that you do it properly. All right, now that I know that everything in the panel is fine and I got the cover back on, there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. First off is the lead acid battery. So you noticed in this video, I hooked up the lead acid battery. I didn't hook up the lithium just yet. And the reason for that is because I'm not ready to do the install. I just wanted to get the charger hooked up and get it ready to go so that when the rest of the install is ready to get started, then the charger's already done and out of the way. Not in all cases is this going to be true, but in mine it is, because the charger that I just put in is a 55 amp charger that is dual purpose. So it has an auto switch inside of it that can detect whether it's lead acid or lithium and switch between whichever one it needs to be charging. And because of that, I can go ahead and put the lead acid battery back in until I'm ready to do the rest of the install. So I do want to leave a link down below where you can find this one for your RV. Now I say that because you may not be going all out in your RV and hooking up inverters and all that stuff like I am. You may just want to go to a lithium battery that you can buy from Enduro Power. So whether you want to go to a bigger battery or you want to go to the same size battery, but yet you want to go lithium and you connect with Enduro Power to get you one, then you're going to need to do something like this. If you haven't already, the first video of this series talks about you putting your input in on where I'm going to put the inverter and the battery and all that stuff. Like I said, if you haven't seen the first video of this series, then go back to that video, because if we haven't installed this yet, I would like to see more of your comments on that video. So until the next time, enjoy your camping, enjoy your batteries, and God bless.